we discuss about the nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are polymers that consist of nucleotide residues. We can call them as polynucleotides. And they are hereditary determining in living organisms. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus are the elemental elements present in nucleic acids. And DNA or RNA are the two different types of nucleic acids present. As I had told you earlier, the nucleic acids are polynucleotides. So, in order to get the idea about what you mean by a nucleotide, let us discuss about the components. First is phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid is H3PO4 and that contains three monovalent hydroxyl group, that is OH group, and a divalent oxygen atom, and all linked to pentavalent phosphorus atom. Actually what happens is P double bond O, single bond OH, single bond OH, single bond OH. This is actually your phosphoric acid. Clear? Okay, this is phosphoric. This OH is actually attached to your phosphorus. Now we discuss what do you mean by that pentose sugar. Pentose sugar means a carbohydrate containing 5 carbon. That is your pentose sugar. Here one is a ribose, the other one is 2-deoxyribose. Now here there are 5 carbon atoms and you can see they are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Actually they are 1 dash 2 dash etc. and I will tell you why it is 1 dash 2 dash 3 dash etc. So this is your ribose. Clear? Now what you can say is, if you taken the ribose, of course on the 2 dash carbon this oxygen is removed and that one is called 2-deoxy. On the second carbon oxygen is removed, that is 2-deoxyribose. So you have two types of pentose sugar, they are ribose and 2-deoxyribose. And you have to remember one more thing, in each carbon in each carbon an OH group also you can see attached with an OH group. Okay, of course hydrogen is also there, hydrogen and OH groups are attached. So this is what is your pentose sugar. Now nitrogenous base, two types of nitrogenous bases are there. They are purine and pyrimidine derivatives. Purines are adenine and guanine. Pyrimidine are uracil, thymine and cytosine. And this is a pyrimidine ring. A pyrimidine ring means it is a heterocyclic nitrogen containing base. A heterocyclic nitrogen ring. Okay, so corresponding to this one or similar to this one, you have three compound. One is cytosine, other one is uracil, then you have thymine. So usually these three, the structure of these three is related with the pyrimidine. That's why these are called pyrimidine bases. Then you have another compound called purine. It is a bicyclic compound. 6-membered ring as well as a 5-membered ring are attached. So guanine and adenine are the structures are similar to the what is so called purine. That's why they are called purine bases. So these are the things you have to remember. You have to remember a phosphoric acid. This is phosphoric acid, H3PO4. Then a pentose sugar, ribose and 2-deoxyribose and nitrogen bases, either pyridine bases or purine bases. Now we discuss a term called a nucleoside. What do you mean by a nucleoside? Here you have the pentose sugar. Okay, I can give you a much more better. Yes, here it is. This is a pentose sugar. Now what happens is, here you have the first carbon. Okay, and here onto the first carbon a nitrogen base is attached. Clear? And and such a structure is called a nucleoside. See, remember, already the in this nitrogen base there is a carbon ring, and where the carbons and nitrogens are numbered as 1 2 3 etc. You can see the 1 2 3 etc. That's why in this pentose sugar, in this pentose sugar the carbons are numbered as 1 dash 2 dash etc. Anyhow, on the 1 dash carbon of the pentose sugar a nitrogen base is attached, and which is called a nucleoside. Now we discuss about what you mean by a nucleotide. See, so here you have the pentose sugar, and to this pentose sugar on the first carbon a nitrogenous base is attached, any of them. Now to the fifth carbon or 5 dash carbon, that's much more better, this is 1 dash, this is 1 dash while this is 5 dash. So to the 1 dash carbon of the pentose sugar the nitrogen base is attached, onto the 5 dash carbon a phosphate group is attached, and that structure is called a nucleotide. Now see, you can say how a polynucleotide is formed. This is actually, see, listen. Now actually what is happening is, you can see here there is an OH group. An OH group is there. Okay, which is on the 3 dash carbon. 3 dash carbon. Okay, so here is that 3 dash carbon of your pentose sugar. Now actually this is, here you have a nitrogen base, remember nitrogen base is there. So here from the 3 dash carbon to the 5 dash carbon a phosphate group is attached. So if I am getting a plain paper, I can draw much more easily. See, actually this is a pentose sugar, here a nitrogen base is attached on the C1 carbon, and here you have a phosphate group is attached, a phosphate group on the 5 dash carbon. Now here you have an OH group, an OH group on the 3 dash carbon. You consider another nucleotide here also, one more nucleotide, and on the 5 dash carbon definitely there will be one more phosphate group. One more phosphate group is there. So what happens is, see, this is one nucleotide, this is another nucleotide. Now here also you have a nitrogen base, then only you can call it as a nucleotide. So what happened, these two OH groups are condensed and one molecule of water is removed, and between these two, between these two nucleotide a linkage is formed, and that linkage actually is known as, that linkage is known as, I can show you in the next figure, that linkage is known as phosphodiester linkage. So because you have a phosphorus, then oxygen, then it is attached to the C3 carbon. Okay, so this is nitrogen base. Here of course you have the phosphate group. Now this is on the C5 carbon. Again this is a nitrogen base. Now this one is known as dinucleotide. Dinucleotide, because two nucleotides are attached, that's why it is known as a dinucleotide. Clear? Now if you take this one, so many nucleotides are attached. Clear? and such a group is known as the polynucleotide. Polynucleotide. Oh, actually I can add a figure here. Fact. Just wait. Here I got a blank sheet. Let me draw it once again. Okay, anyhow, I hope you got a better idea regarding the formation of a polynucleotide. So the third carbon, here is the third carbon, from the third carbon to the fifth carbon of the next nucleotide, there is a linkage. So anyhow, the nitrogen bases are also added, okay, to the first carbon. So this is a this one is a polynucleotide. Okay. Now we discuss about what do you mean by deoxyribonucleic acid. You are very familiar with what is so called DNA as well as RNA. Okay, so let us proceed to the DNA structure. So here you have what is so called one polynucleotide. This is another polynucleotide. Now these polynucleotides are joined by hydrogen bond. So these are the nitrogen bases. These are also the nitrogen bases, and these nitrogen bases are linked through hydrogen bond. Okay, so here you can see the guanine is bonded to cytosine by a triple bond, while the adenine is bonded to thymine through a double bond. Clear? So this is what is called the two-strand structure of your DNA. And DNA is made up of two strands of a polynucleotide. So all these are we discussed already. Now the double helical structure of DNA was proposed by Watson and Crick, that you are very familiar. Then the structure of DNA. There are three levels. Primary structure refers to the sequence of the nucleotide residue. Secondary structure, the helix formed between two DNA strands, and tertiary structure refers to three-dimensional shape. Now DNA replication. DNA carries all information necessary for making protein required by living organisms. To pass information stored in DNA to new generation of cell, DNA replication must take place. This information is carried in primary structure of DNA. Actually all these you are studied in your plus 2 level, and you are very familiar. You are having what is so called biology background students. Okay, so in order to discuss all these, then you have RNA. Okay, everything is similar. Okay, instead of on the deoxy ribose, you have the ribose here. Okay, then structure of RNA. So what is the difference? RNA contains a different monosaccharide residue. RNA contains three bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil, instead of adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, which is present in RNA. RNA exists as a single strand instead of the double strand. That's the difference. So this is the structure of what is so called the RNA, and the nitrogen bases are, these are the nitrogen bases present. Okay, thank you. That's all about the nucleic acids.